YouTube, what is going on, guys? No, it's not your Madden Average. It's your boy Madden Elite, and welcome back to the channel today. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today, guys, we have playbook number 7 of my 32 NFL team playbook series, where we are taking each one of the 32 NFL team playbooks in the game. We're trying to find the most unique scheme in that formation and taking it online trying to win a game. So if you guys are new to this series and you guys are interested in checking out some unique schemes, be sure to check out the previous videos. Definitely got some nice unique mini schemes. So far, we are undefeated with every one of the mini schemes that we've ran online. So hopefully it is no different with this mini scheme. Hopefully we can stay undefeated. Now, before we get further into the video, if you guys have not already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on so you guys do not miss when I upload. And if you guys have been enjoying the content, be sure to destroy the like button. Go kill that like button to show it no mercy. You know, it definitely helps the YouTube algorithm and gets us more exposure to the channel. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this mini scheme. For this mini scheme, we are going to be running the gun type flex out of the Cincinnati Bengals playbook. And this gun type flex is actually really good from this playbook. Now, the only downside to this formation is you can't really max protect. You can't block a tight end unless you motion somebody over to the opposite side of the field and you try to motion block them. So for the most part, we're going to be sending out 4 routes, sending out 5 routes, and if we're getting blitz, we just got to make a hot read. Now for the personnel, we do have a tight end right here on the right side of the field lined up in the slot. I don't know if there's any way to change that or if there's any way to get a receiver, but what I was messing with, there's not really any way to get a receiver in that spot. It's kind of always just a backup tight end, but you definitely want to try to put somebody fast there. So for the audibles in this formation, we're going to have mesh spot as audible number 1. We're going to have slot curl as audible number 2. Inside high low as audible number 3. And we're going to keep PA post shot, which is probably the best play in this formation, as audible number 4. And the play that we're going to be coming out in almost every single play is going to be this double spot. If you ever want to run the ball, you can come out in the halfback draw. It's not that great of a run, but you know, it's good to mix in here and there. I'm not really going to go over the run, but we are always going to be coming out in this double spot. We're going to go ahead and call that. What I really like out of this play is this high-low read with this circle route on like this slant hitch kind of, and the running back route on the bottom. Now, the best way that I have found to set this up is putting the tight end on either a post or some kind of crosser, putting triangle on a flat route, and putting square on either a crosser or a post. This route combo right here is deadly. It gives your opponent 2 posts to have to worry about over the middle of the field, so they're going to have to use one of them. And you have a really good high-low read over here with circle and the running back going to the flat. And what we're going to do is we're going to motion out circle, and as soon as he starts motioning, spam X so that you can hike it. And you can see circle just kind of sits in a perfect spot right here where you can just instant throw it to him. They're going to have to man that guy up. They're going to have to put you know, maybe even a vert hook might not even play that, to be honest. So they might have to man it up or they might have to user it. So again, guys, the route combo is going to be X on a post, putting triangle on a flat, and putting square on either a crosser or a post. The crosser is pretty good from square because if you put him on a crosser, he's just going to get deeper. And this, if you guys see this right here, if you guys pass lead that to the outside, maybe low ball it, the outside third's not going to get there, and depending on where they have their zone drops, that crosser is going to get over the zone drops. So this is the base play that I'm going to be coming out, and it just looks like a really annoying formation for the opponent to have to guard, and it's a really deadly route combo. And of course, you can motion this guy out, and as you guys can see, you guys can still throw this X route. You can throw the post. If their user is lost, everything on the field is going to be open. And the other cool thing about this formation, it does have a tight end corner route that you can smart route and make it a short route. So this tight end route becomes a quick route that you can instant throw, especially if you have short in elite on that tight end. If your opponent is playing man-to-man, they're going to get one of those quick breaks to the outside where you could just throw it right off the break if it's against man-to-man. So now the second play we're going to be going over is mesh spot. There's a couple ways we can set this play up. So the first way that I'd like to set this play up is just putting triangle on a fade, and that's it. Depending on where your opponent has his zone drops, you might want to smart route the square route just to make it shorter, or you might want to keep it deep so it gets over those zone drops. And depending on the middle zones that your opponent has, if he has verts, if he has hooks, you can snap it just like this, or you can motion this circle route out and hike it when it's out here, so that the circle route, so that the hitch kind of, you know, gets a little bit closer to the sideline. or you can just snap the ball with the route right here in the middle and go ahead and hike it like this. It's gonna sit more in the middle, and you're just gonna make the high-low read really on the left side of the field. Really what we're trying to throw here is this corner route. Again, we're gonna put this guy on a fade, and that's it. I'm gonna hike it and run this corner route, and as you guys can see, you can throw that corner route for easy yards. Now that's not the best way to set this play up. The best way to set this play up is actually motioning over this circle route and not keeping that little hurl hitch, whatever he's in. We're going to put him on a streak. We're going to put X on a flat route, and we're going to put triangle on either an out route or a whip route. So on the right side of the field, this flat route by the tight end is going to be able to pull any flat zones toward the sideline, and you can throw the running back up the field when it cuts up. So if we hike this, you're going to be able to just wait for the running back route to run upfield, low ball this, and just throw it in a perfect spot where the flat route or the flat zone is just not going to get there. And by motioning out this circle route, actually clears out the deep zone or the outside third on the left side of the field a little bit better. So we're putting circle on a fade. We're gonna go ahead and try to run this again. As you can see, the square route gets a lot more open, and the third gets pulled a little further back. So you're really just trying to make a high-low read on that left side. Again, depending on where they have their zone drops, you can also choose the smart route, this corner route. Again, if they don't have any zone drops and they're just playing with the stock zones, default zones, I would definitely smart route this corner route every single time. It's gonna get a lot more open, as you guys can see. A lot more room for you to be able to throw that corner route. And what I really like about this formation in general is every time you motion the receiver to the opposite side of the field, it kind of looks like a bunch set or like a bunch tight end set. So you can run a lot of route combos and route concepts that you would run at a bunch normally. Now the only other way that I would set this up is putting circle on a flat route, putting the tight end on a post, putting triangle on a flat route, and either putting square on a clear out streak route so that you can throw the post, or putting square on some kind of crosser. This is pretty similar to the first play that we went over. The only difference is this flat route over here, when you motion it out, it's going to be able to pull the zone even more toward the sideline. We'll go ahead and run this. We're going to motion circle out on that out route. He's going to go upfield, and you guys are able to throw this, and there's a lot more room for you to throw it to the running back and low ball it. So those are the main two ways that I would run that play. The next play we're going to be going over is slot curl. We're going to go ahead and call that. Now the only thing different from this slot curl play that we're going to be doing compared to the mesh spot play is this corner route on the outside on the left side. You can see from mesh spot, it's a quicker cut and it's a little bit deeper of a route. This route right here from slot curl is not going to be as deep of a corner route, but the cut is not going to be as fast. Mainly going to be running this against zone. You can't smart route it to shorten it, but if we go ahead and call this, again, we're going to motion circle over to the opposite side of the field. We're going to put him on a streak. We're going to put triangle on an out route, a flat route, a zig route, any kind of route going to the left side of the field. And we are going to put R1 on a wheel route. So when we hike this, you can see this corner route actually gets a lot more room, and it cuts a little bit sooner, so it doesn't get as deep and it doesn't get as close to the outside third as you would want to. So in general, it's just a better corner route to run if your opponent is running a lot of zone and they're not manning up that receiver. Now the next play is going to be inside high-low. For this particular play, we're actually going to be flipping the formation. So if we call inside low, normally I like my running back on the short side of the field. This time we're actually going to flip the formation. We're going to have the running back on the wide side of the field, and we are actually going to motion this crosser over to the opposite side of the field. So we're going to get a nice deep corner route, kind of a crosser going toward the sideline, which is going to be really good.
Well, duh.
So if we block the running back, we're going to have triangle running some kind of out route, zig route, or flat route, anything short to the sideline. And the tight end, we're either going to put on a curl or a smart route or in route, whatever you guys prefer. You can even put them on a post and make a high-low read with that and make your opponent have to choose the crosser to the sideline or the post. But it gets even better if you're putting the running back on a flat route, because in this case we could just put the tight end on a flat and put triangle on a slant, so you also get a high-low read on the right side of the field as well as the left side. Go ahead and hike this, roll out to the side. You guys can see if you lowball that, there we go. It is wide open. The corner is not going to get there in time. especially when you guys have Gunslinger and Mutt. Now, if we're blocking the running back, we're gonna block the running back. I'm gonna put square on a streak, triangle on a zig route, put X on a smart routed in route. And what I would want to do from this is, if you're trying to move to the left side and trying to kind of roll out to the left side of the field, we're gonna slide protect the offensive line to the right. We're gonna double team the D tackle on this side, and we're gonna ID the far outside defensive end. So all this is gonna do is make the running back chop block this defensive end, kind of like last year if you guys were familiar with it, and it's just gonna allow us to be able to roll out to the left side of the field. So if we run this, we're gonna hike it, he gets chop blocked, he's out of the play, and you guys can see this is just wide open on the sideline. Of course, we don't get the catch, but you guys saw how naked that was. And for the final play, which is the best play in this formation by far, is going to be this play action post shot. And to be honest, we're mainly going to be running this play 100% stock. We're going to come out, we're going to audible to it, and it's going to be our main quick hike. When we audible to this, we're not going to make a single hot route. We're just going to come out, hike it, and make our high-low reads. If your opponent is using the right side of the field or uses the drags, you're gonna have these crossers going to the opposite sides of the field, and you guys are going to be able to see when we hike this, we're gonna throw it to the other crosser. The other crosser gets pretty deep for you to be able to throw it to the sideline. They're gonna have to put some crazy zone drops on the field. Again, we're gonna hike it again, cancel the play action, roll out to the right a little bit. You guys can see circle is wide open on that left side, but so is triangle. And the other cool thing about this play is you always have the deep threat with square. So no matter what, he is always going to be on a deep post. And you know, if you ever catch your opponent off guard and they're not guarding that deep post, you're going to have a touchdown with that post. Now there are some other things you can do. For example, you can put the tight end on a hitch if you don't want to have that guy on a drag. You can probably motion hike this little crosser on the right side. Right, and you have this high-low read with the hitch. Completely up to you guys. You can mix up those two little setups. Also, if you don't want to have the running back blocking, you could put him on a flat route. Now you have 5 routes on the field, and now you have a high-low read on both sides of the field. If you don't want this crosser by Brown, you can always put him on a deeper crosser. You can put him on a post. We can put him on a post. We can motion him out, hike it, and he's just going to get a little bit deeper down the field. You guys can see triangle is wide open there. Your opponent would have to go user that, but circle would get open late. This play is just a headache to have to guard, to be honest. So yeah, that does it for this mini scheme. Like I said, we are undefeated with the mini scheme, so hopefully this one is no different. Hopefully we can stay undefeated running this online. Again, if you guys have not checked out the previous videos and the other mini schemes, be sure to go check those out. Again, if you guys have been enjoying the content, make sure you guys destroy that like button. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, stay safe. Peace.